What is going on, you sexy stallions and stallionettes? AK-40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven, and it seems like these scalpers of PlayStation 5's, Xbox Series, as well as the RTX 30 series graphics cards are starting to get pranked, spanked, and shut down. Let's get it. So if you guys have been around the channel, especially the last couple of weeks, I've been covering the topic of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox scalpers, how they're using bots, scams, frauds, all kinds of malicious websites, all kinds of just ridiculous tactics to accumulate more stock than the major retailers like Walmart, Best Buy, Target, Newegg have in stock. Which is crazy. Some of these major organizations like Crep Chief actually have over 3,500 PlayStation units and have made $350,000 in profits with a projected just shy of 1 million malicious, vindictive, crooked, snake ass, weak ass, rat ass profit. So I've been covering a lot of this stuff. You can go back and watch some of these previous videos. I have covered a lot about the topic. And it seems like the community is fighting back. Not just the community, but also major retailers, which is fucking awesome. So, first of all, I'm going to start out with a nice friendly prank from one of our blokes across the pond there, over there in the UK, the United Kingdoms. This guy led a scalper around. You met him up on, eBay or whatever online platform they have to buy used merchandise. And led this guy around town saying, oh, I just left there. I'm at the gas station now, whatever. Had this guy bouncing around, wasting his time. And then finally, he led him to an address. And he was sitting there and he's like, wait, I don't see you. And he said, wait, turn around. Are you at the comedy club? And the guy, scalper, says, oh yeah, this is a comedy club. And he says, cool. Why don't you walk in? Tell him you're selling a PS5 for $1,500. You'll probably get a job. Boom, boom. Damn. Burn. Sick burn. So there's a bunch of people pranking these scalpers like that, leading them into dodgy neighborhoods and then not showing up. So they're basically stuck in the ghetto with a fucking PS5 box in the back of their car in hopes that they get their kneecaps busted out, spanked, shanked, clicked, and clacked, and all that shit. Stay strapped or get clapped. So hopefully they get standing ovation. But no, seriously, I don't want anybody losing their life or going to jail over this. If they do pass a bill to make scalping illegal, which I do think they should, there should be a cap on how much over MSRP you can buy high demand, low supply stock and sell to consumers. It's ridiculous. It's not capitalism. It's not hustling. It's just fucking asshole-ish. And, people have been doing this with the sneaker game and Supreme sweaters and stuff like this for decades. And now, then it was in the early 2000s, it was like DVD players and plasma TVs. Then it was like the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Didn't have this issue with the Xbox One and the PS4. That they were more readily available. Sony and Microsoft had more stock. But obviously with this global pandemic going on, they were unable to supply enough units because they have, factory limitations. How many workers can be working in the factory at once? How many people can be operating the machines to put together these ugly white and black consoles and shit. So there was already a lack of supply. Scalper saw this. They built bots and scripts to run. And that's another thing. They're not, putting in the work like old school scalpers where you're standing out in the rain, pushing your way to the front of lines to buy stuff and then charging a couple $100 over MSRP. They're doing no work, sitting behind a bot at a computer in a comfy warehouse, stockpiling these and selling them for 2 to 3 times over MSRP. $1,500 consoles. That's ridiculous. So now besides these pranks, there's also people that are Robinhoods, we're going to call them. That's actually what they're being called, that are putting out these fake listings on sites like eBay, and eBay is actually backing it up and not providing refunds if scalpers and bots buy these. So they're putting up things like an empty box, PlayStation 5 box, or a JPEG picture. It'll come in a box. It'll just be a picture of the console, whatever. And they're selling it for either retail or a couple of $100 over retail, saying all over the description, this is not for you humans, this is for the robots, this is for scalpers and bots. Do not buy this, this is not a real console, this listing is to target bots. There's a bunch of these listings, and they have 10, 15 bids a piece from bots. So they're buying them. These scalpers are buying them because their automated bots don't know any better. They see the keyword PS5 or Series X and a retail of like $500 or a couple $100 over MSRP, because they'll still buy it for $600 and then try and resell it for $1,500 because they still have a profit margin there. But they're getting no profit. They're getting shit on, which is great. And, some people might think that these people are kind of being malicious by putting out these fake ads and stuff. I think it's great because the descriptions are very blatantly saying, do not buy this if you're a consumer. This is for scalpers and bots. And it seems like the people purchasing these are scalpers and bots, and eBay and other platforms where you can post listings are backing them up and saying, well, are you a scalper? Because it looks like you from this IP address have placed several orders for PS5s in the last 24 hours or whatever. And they're being like, okay, well, not only can you not get a refund, we don't want you on the platform anymore. So these scalpers are getting banned now. But it doesn't end there. Major retailers like Very in the UK, which is basically kind of like Walmart. It's basically a superstore. It sells just about everything. They also have an online store. So Very canceled a 1,000 unit order that they found to be from a bot using Scalper. Shrimp, dick, little prick, unibrow having, thin-haired, herpy-flared, back-nared, clubfoot, lazy eye, hangnail having, gooch grabbing, little meat stabbing, scalper. So Very canceled their order and then also banned them from their platform, which is great because that stops organizations, major scalper organizations like Crep Chief Notify, which is the one, by the way, that had 3,500 PlayStation units and aimed for a projected $1 million in profits from their scalping of PS5s. That's a huge operation. It's ridiculous. And then last but not least, I want to cover something that's a little bit near and dear to my rear, being a gamer YouTuber. So a lot of these gaming YouTube channels out there and tech review YouTube channels, even the ones that have just under 1 million subscribers, they did not get their consoles organically through regular traffic, and they're trying to portray it as if they did. They're making these videos saying, oh guys, there's a drop on Best Buy. Hang in there. This is how I did it. Make sure you refresh at this moment. You know, hang in there. This is how I got mine. When really they went to a scalper and bought one for $1,500. There's a leaked list of 8 major YouTubers, some of which you've probably heard of, that are doing this. They are lying to their subscribers and their viewership, instead of just being honest and being like, hey, I wanted to cover content for you guys of, you know, the user interface and the new games. So I spent, you know, 300 or 3 times the retail and went to a scalper, because that looks bad that they're supporting the scalper community when most YouTubers are banning against this, are banding together to talk shit about these scalpers and shut them down. That they would give into the scalpers like that and then lie about it is absolutely ridiculous. And then make videos trying to tell people how to get them organically by, oh, you know, just push your way to the front of the GameStop line and blah, blah, blah. This is how I got mine. And you really didn't. You really just bought it from a punk-ass scalper on eBay because you're a punk-ass too. Shitty-ass YouTube content creators, man. That shit fucking steams me. So for me, it's just like, it's cool. If you got it from a scalper or whatever, it's not necessarily the big deal there. What the big deal is that you're lying to your viewers about it. That's ridiculous. I mean, if you're going to buy from a punk-ass scalper, just be honest about it and explain why. You know, I wanted to cover content. Boom. Okay, people would be like, all right, I get that. At least you're giving us videos for the new consoles, but don't just fucking lie about it. It's stupid. So yeah, these scalpers are getting friendly pranks, you know, taking them to comedy clubs. Also a little bit more potentially violent pranks, taking them to some dodgy ass neighborhoods and stuff like that while they're there with a console where they're probably going to get jacked, and hopefully they do. Major retailers like eBay are backing up these Robinhood posts, basically targeting bots and script runners and shit, which is great. Get them off the platform, get more units of stock in the hands of the average consumer, the real consumer, the humans. And then also major platforms like Very are canceling orders that they find are from scalpers and banning them from the platform. So that's great. And YouTubers are a bunch of fucking liars. We found that out too. So that's going to do it, guys. I will be covering more around the topic of, you know, price gouging and scalping around new tech. So, you know, this is happening with the RTX graphics cards right now. Obviously, the PlayStation and the Xbox. It's been going on for years with like the sneaker game, like fucking Jordans and Supreme clothing drops and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Have a great night. Don't fight. And don't forget to aim down the sight. Oh, I just made that. That should be a new sign off. That's pretty dope. All right, guys. Peace.